All right, y'all. All right, test, 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 test. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? What's going on, y'all? What's going on? We're just getting started. We're gonna be on for a little bit, y'all. Again, if y'all was in the live stream earlier, a little under the weather, but we had to break some stuff down. We're gonna be on for a little bit, and this is recorded. It is recorded on the YouTube. Like I said, we're gonna start recording the live stream with TikTok. So it is recording on YouTube. So if you had to leave or you miss it, it should be uploaded this afternoon. Now, if y'all was in today's live stream, we talked about GJ buys, and then we also talked about US 30 sales. So if y'all was in today's live stream, you could have caught these setups, as well as if you watched the Sunday chart analysis. Well, this is not the free room, right? If we go to the free room, we also talked about it in the Sunday chart analysis. Like I always tell y'all, the Sunday chart analysis goes over not just what we see price doing Sunday night going into Monday, but it goes over what we see price doing throughout the entire week. So like the title of the live says, we're about to break this shit down, and we're about to expose the secrets to the charts. All right, y'all, like always, you have any questions, feel free to hit me up in the chat, and I got y'all. So we're going to start off with YM right here. So if you watch any of my trade breakdowns on YouTube, what is the very first thing I always talk about we have to do? Right, before we take a setup, before we decide if we're going to take a setup, what is the very first thing I always talk about we have to do? We have to identify the trend and what cycle we are in, okay? Fortunately for us, these are the only 3 cycles price is ever going to be in. Uptrend, downtrend, and consolidation. So let's move these up a little bit because we're going to be pushing up a little bit, all right? Now you want to identify the trend on the bigger time frames. The bigger time frames tell you the trend, the bias, and the direction price is going. The smaller time frames only show you what price is doing at that exact moment. Both are important, but used for 2 completely different things. So when we look at US 30 right here, let me know in the chat, what do we see? Do we see an uptrend or downtrend? We look at US 30 right here. What do we see? Do we see an uptrend or downtrend? Let me know in the chat. Let's go ahead and start tapping the screen, y'all. We just got started. Don't be scared to tap and see your name on the screen. Let's get the 1K likes. Let's get the algorithm going. But what do we see right here? Do we see an uptrend or downtrend? What do we see right here? What's going on, y'all? What's going on? We see an uptrend, right? Now, we don't just see an uptrend because price is going up or because we see this juicy green candlestick. We're in an uptrend because what does the uptrend consist of? The uptrend consists of higher lows and higher highs, right? And when we retrace price's steps and look at the market structure, what do we see? We see higher lows and higher highs, right? Trading is about going for high probability, high quality setups. So if we're in an uptrend, what would be the high probability, high quality setup? It would be buys, right? So no matter what, until we're no longer in the uptrend, we only want to go for buys. Just like no matter what, until we're no longer in the downtrend, we only want to look for sells. Now, of course, we still need to know what needs to happen for the trend to continue, for the trend to change, the difference between the retest, the retracement, and reversal, and most importantly, how to avoid fake outs and liquidity sweeps. And that's exactly when we pull out the price action technical analysis playbook. So again, when you first get the book, make sure to read it in order. But after you read it like 2 times, 3 times, this is how you use it. We know we're in an uptrend, so we're simply going to go to the rules of the uptrend. And again, y'all, if y'all got any questions, drop in the chat and I got y'all. Just tap that screen, y'all. Let's get to 1K likes. We're just getting started. And again, we're going to be on for a little bit. This is recorded on YouTube after this live is over. But like I said, my voice is fucked right now, so we're going to see how long I last. So we're going to keep it going. But like it says right here, for the uptrend to continue, we need to break past the previous high, which gives us a new higher high. Look at photo below. We also have to respect the support level the higher low is resting on. So for price to go up, what is needed for price to go up? For price to go up, we need to break resistance levels and or turn them into support, right? So let me see if I can find a good example because we had a lot of retracements take place. So let me see if we can find a good example. Let's go to the US 30 buys we took previously, right? For price to go up, we need to break resistance levels and turn them into support levels, right? And it's the exact opposite for price to go down. For price to go down, we need to break support levels and turn them into resistance, right? So if we're looking for buys, we need to maintain support levels and break resistance levels and turn them into support. So like it says right here, for the uptrend to continue, we need to break past the previous high, which gives us a new higher high. So this right here would be the higher high. And then what does it say next? It says we also have to respect the support level the higher low is resting on. And that would be right here. Again, very, very, very simple. Price can only do one of two things, ladies and gentlemen. It's either going to go up or go down. Based on the cycle we're in and the part of the cycle we're in, there's literally only a few ways price can do that. And we're about to break this shit down right now. All right. Any of y'all got any questions, drop in the chat. I'm going to catch you to the chat in a second. But like the title of the live says, we're exposing the secrets to the charts. By the end of this live, I'm going to show you how the markets are now out to get you. Price is not randomly doing things, and there are no coincidences in the markets. I'm about to show you how to understand what price is doing at all times, how to avoid fake outs, liquidity sweeps, and most importantly, go for the move for the day. Make sure to follow me on here because we live stream like this at least 3 times a week during the New York session. But we live stream live trade every single day for free on YouTube. If y'all was in today's live stream, well, this was yesterday. If y'all was in yesterday's live stream, I told you to go for GJ buys. If y'all was in today's live stream, I told you to go for GJ buys. Also in today's live stream, I told you to go for US 30 YM sales. And of course, you don't believe me, YouTube's in the bio. Go to today's live stream and see if we're lying. All right. So price can only do one of two things, either go up or go down. So we're either going to see price A continue this current higher high and push to the upside, or B, like the playbook shows right here, we're going to turn the, whoops, my bad, y'all. I think lopsided. Let me see if I can fix that. My shit lopsided. My bad, y'all. There we go. Right. Or we're going to see price break this resistance low and turn it into support. I'm trying to get used to this setup because I'm streaming on YouTube right now as well, right? So we're either going to see price break past the previous high and give us a new higher high, or we're going to see price, whoops, not do that, break this resistance level and turn it to support. Or we can see price retrace. Now, it doesn't matter if price does this for a day, a week, a month. It doesn't matter if you get tired of seeing price do this. As long as we maintain this level as support, we're still in the uptrend and looking for buys, because just like the playbook says, we also have to respect the support level the higher low is resting on. But at the end of the day, for the uptrend to continue, we need to break past the previous high, which gives us a new higher high. So we still need price to do one of these two scenarios. The only way we would no longer look for buys and we would look for sells is if price not only breaks the support level, but turns it back into a resistance. Very, very, very simple, y'all. Very, very, very simple. So we know what trend we're in. We're in an uptrend. We know what we're looking for. We're looking for buys. We know every scenario price can make from this point. Not only do we know every scenario price can make from this point, but we know every scenario where we're still in the uptrend looking for buys, and we know what needs to happen for us to no longer be in uptrend, no longer look for buys and look for sells. So let me ask you, where does the confusion come into play? Where does the blindsiding and head scratching come in? It doesn't, because literally no matter what price does from this point, you understand what is happening, you understand why it's happening, and most importantly, you know what you need to do. That's why when we're live on YouTube, again, we're live every single day on YouTube in the bio. That's why you always see my buy or sell ideas to the right. And what am I always saying? We're chilling, patiently waiting for price to come to us, and waiting to see if our confirmations are met. If our confirmations are met, we take the setup. If they're not met, we wait for them to be met to take the setup, or if they're not met at all, we simply do not take the setup. All right, y'all, very, very, very simple. So we're going to catch it to the chat. We're going to get going. All right, again, if you got any questions, drop in the chat. Let's get to 1K likes, y'all. We're just getting started. Let's get to 1K likes. We can get to that easily. Shout out to y'all hopping up in here. Let me make sure I'm missing anything. Sit in the inbox, but no reply still. I think I responded to you, but if not, I'll respond to DMs after this live stream. I got you. I'm going to respond to all DMs after this live stream. All right. Making sure I'm not missing any comments. I'm going to hit the play button. Did you inbox me? Did you ask me to? If you commented Playmaker under any of my comments or Playbook, I got you after this live's over. And then those on YouTube, you're going to ask questions in the chat as well. I'm going to look at the comments on YouTube also. All right, so let's hit the play button and see what price does. Again, until the downtrend comes into play, we're only looking for buys. Very simple. Till the uptrend comes into play, we're only looking for sells. So let's hit the play button and see what price does. So let me know, y'all. Are we looking for buys or sells now? You open up the chart, you see this. Are we looking for buys or sells now? Let me know in the chat. Again, we got 42 people up in here. We got some people in the YouTube live. This is a participant class. All right, so let me know in the chat. We're looking for buys or sells. We're not going to make fun of you. We're not going to point and laugh. These live streams are to help y'all out. So to help y'all out, I got to see where y'all minds are at so I can know how we got to do what we got to do. All right, so we'll be looking for buys or sells. And again, if you got any questions, drop them in the chat and I got y'all. Buys, sells. All right. All right, y'all like y'all's answers in. Those that said sells, those that said buys. Let's see what happens. All right. So if you would have went for sells, you would have got fucked up. If you would have went for buys, you would have made a bag. So now let's break down why sells was not the move and why buys was the move. Again, this is why the playbook is so important, right? So let me know in the chat. Looking at price right here, what do y'all see? Again, you watch any of my trade breakdowns on YouTube. Just dropped one yesterday for y'all. The first thing I always tell y'all to do is identify what cycle we are in. So looking at these cycles, let me know in the chat and in the comments. Which one do you see right here? Uptrend or downtrend? Let me know in the chat. What do y'all see right here? Uptrend or downtrend? What's going on, Izzy? What's going on, Izzy? Sells? Okay. And again, comment Playmaker under one of my posts so I can get you after the live's over. If you're doing the live, I'm forget. So do it under one of my posts so I can get you after the live. All right, so again, what do we see here? Uptrend or downtrend? Let me know in the chat. Let's see what we got going on. Uptrend, buys. All right, cool. So if we're in an uptrend, what move is bigger? The move to the upside or move to the downside? Let me know in the chat. If we're in an uptrend, trending upwards, what move is bigger? The move to the upside, move to the downside? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Up. Let's get some more answers, y'all. We got 45 people up in here. Again, there's a participation class. There should only be 2 reasons why you're in this live. A, because you like my voice, or B, because you're trying to learn something. Or C, all the above. Let me know which one it is. But again, y'all, what move is bigger? The move to the upside, move to the downside in the uptrend? Let me know in the chat. We're about to break this shit all the way down. I'm kind of new to this stuff. You're in the right live. C, ain't nothing wrong with C. Gotta learn, family. That's what we're doing. This is what we're doing. But at the same time, I don't just want to talk. I want to make sure that, you know what I'm saying, I'm talking for something that's going to help y'all out. That's why I interact with y'all. Because again, as soon as I end this live, you're going to forget half the shit, if not more, that I talked about, right? You're going to do a couple scrolls. You're going to see some shit on your For You page. And you're going to forget everything Playmaker Way told y'all about. So if we're in an uptrend trending upwards and the moves up are bigger than the moves down, if we close our eyes and forget everything we heard on the internet, right? Forget the bears and bulls, forget Twitter posts, forget all these candlestick patterns. If we just close our eyes and use simple logic, if we're in an uptrend trending upwards and we all agree the moves up are bigger than the moves down, if we're going to put our hard-earned bread on the line, what makes the most sense to go for, buys or sells? If those were the stakes, which they all are, what would make the most sense to go for in an uptrend, buys or sells? And exactly, is the uptrend is bigger? The uptrend is bigger. Move to the upside are bigger than the uptrend, exactly. Buys, right? So again, trading is about going for high probability, high quality setups. It's not about catching every candlestick. It's not about catching every point, every pip. It's about going for what is most likely going to happen. Okay? So the reason why a lot of people fall for fake outs and liquidity sweeps is because what the internet teaches y'all is to chase price. What I teach y'all in Playmaker University is not to chase price, but follow the flow of price. So just because price went down doesn't mean it's going to go down for the next 5 minutes, the next hour, the next 4 hours, let alone the day, right? And it can be vice versa. Just because price is going up currently, that doesn't mean it's going to be doing that for the rest of the day or for the next hour. That's why you have to identify the trend on the bigger time frame instead of the smaller time frame, right? Because when you identify the trend on the smaller time frame, that's another cause to fake out liquidity sweeps. You see what I'm saying? GJ is a perfect example, right? Last night and yesterday, in the live stream yesterday, we took GJ buys, and then last night price flew to the upside, right? Then London session, we caught a buy. This is New York session right here, 7:45, 8 o'clock. So when I dropped the New York price watch list, I told the members and students we're still looking for buys on GJ. But what do you think majority of people was looking at when they saw GJ do this drop to the downside all morning going into New York session. What do you think most people was looking for? Sales, right? So why would price hit this level? Then when New York session popped off, the price pushed to the upside instead of continue the push to the downside. Because again, on the bigger time frame, we did not break the rules to the uptrend. You see what I'm saying? So that's why everybody in New York session that would have tried to go for sales here would have got fucked up. But you would have went for buys here in New York session. Again, look at the volume on the 930 candlestick. Why did the volume on the 930 candlestick explode to the upside? Because again, when you identify the trend on the bigger time frame, when the volume picks up, it's more than likely going to go with the flow on the bigger time frame. All right, y'all. So with that being said, again, if you got any questions, drop them in the chat. This is why we don't have to guess and get confused. This is why we use the playbook. So again, we know we're in the uptrend, so we're going to the rules of the uptrend, right? And what does the rules of the uptrend say? Let's find out. It says right here, let me move this over for y'all so y'all can see this better. There we go. It says right here, for the uptrend to continue, we need to break past the previous high, which gives us a new higher high. Look at photo below. So did we break past this higher high and hold it? No, we did not. So what does it say next? We also have to respect the support level the higher low is resting on. So did we respect the support level the higher low is resting on? Let me know in the chat. Did we respect the support level the higher low is resting on? Let me know in the chat, yes or no. Yes or no. Did we respect the support level? What's going on, Cooking? What's going on? What's going on? I was trying the break and retest strategy, but I keep getting it wrong. Can you please explain it using the time frame you use? Yes. So I actually got a video on YouTube. I dropped it in the live yesterday. I'm gonna drop it. I'm gonna pull it up actually on the big screen so y'all can see it. But I got a video on YouTube talking about that. So what I want you to do is pay attention to the trade breakdowns, because the trade breakdowns, so that's why my bio says trading made simple, because literally what I'm telling you I'm looking for is exactly what I'm looking for. You see what I'm saying? So watch the trade breakdowns, but also when you go to the YouTube in the bio, you want to go to the playlist, go to day trading tips playlist, or you can just scroll until you find the video titled, which one is it? First, you need to understand support resistance. So watch this video, how to master support resistance. Then you also need to understand price action. Okay. Then I also dropped this video right here titled top 3 confirmations to enter a trade. And I also dropped another video. Where is it? I dropped one more video. I think I passed it. Here's this one, the easiest way to avoid fake outs and liquidity sweeps, right? So watch this one as well, right? So this video, I show like literally a bunch of examples of how support resistance works. So again, go to the day trading tips playlist. And when you go to the day trading tips playlist, watch all those videos. I just dropped a new video today as well. All right. So watch those videos after this live is over, and we'll talk about it a little bit as we go on as well. Right. So that's what we're talking about right now. Okay. So let me see what y'all said in the chat. Again, are we respecting the support level the higher low is resting on? Let me know in the chat. And again, if you got any questions, drop in the chat and I got you. Thank you. No problem. Let's tap that screen. Y'all know y'all locked in and taking notes. We're literally just getting started, so don't be shy to tap that screen. Let's get the 2K likes. We got 75 people up in here. We tap that screen for 30 seconds. We can get to that easily. So let me catch this to the chat. We're going to keep on going. Let's see what we got going on. You want to learn how to trade and stuff? You're in the right live stream. Mink, just ask questions and take notes. Hey, that's perfectly fine, Danny. Like I said, it sounds a lot better with earphones, so make sure them bitches are charged. You're going to be straight. Working while listening, you got it? You have a teller? Yes, I do. So you click the link in the bio. When you click the link in the bio, this will pop up. And then the second link right here. So if it doesn't work, just DM me. And after the live, I'll send you the link directly. But if it doesn't work, you can click the Instagram in the bio. Or if you go to the YouTube, it's in the YouTube and Instagram bio as well. All right, so if the second link doesn't work, because sometimes TikTok doesn't let you join, just DM me, and then after the live, I got y'all. All right, after the live, I got y'all. But yes, I got a free room. Like you see right here, I also got a free trading crash course. And like I showed y'all, I got hundreds of thousands of videos of free game on YouTube. Literally, I'm not even exaggerating. We go live every single day for free on YouTube, and we do lives like this at least 3 times a week during New York session on TikTok. This time frame is the daily time frame. You want to identify the trend on the daily, you enter out the 5 and 15. Identify the trend on the daily, enter out the 5 and 15. Let's see what else we got going on. No, yes. No, yes. All right, so we did break past the support level, so we're no longer respecting it, right? But again, this is why I don't breakout trade, because just because price broke a level doesn't mean it's going to hold that level. And we can see a perfect example. Excuse me, y'all, again, my voice is kind of fucked, but we're still gonna thug it out, right? So we see here how price broke this level, but it didn't hold. You see how price touched this level, but it didn't hold, right? And you see how price touched this level, but it didn't hold. So you can't just enter a trade just because price taps the level. You need to see if price is going to hold that level, right? Just like right here. What would have happened if we look right here and we try to go for a buy set up here or a buy set up here? We would have got wicked out. But what happened here is price broke above, closed, and held that level, which is why price pushed it upside. You see what I'm saying? Same thing like when we look at US 30 right here. You see how price broke this level, how price broke this level? But why did it reject and fly back up? Because price didn't turn the level from a support to a resistance like you see here and like you see here, right? Again, this is why a lot of times when you break out trade, price flies the opposite direction. It's not because they're stop loss hunting you or you're falling for fake out liquidity sweeps. It's because you're rushing the setup before price turns support level into resistance or resistance level into support, right? So that's why with the very same page, my bad, y'all, let me fix there we go. That's why on the very same page, what does it say right here? Rejections, reversals happen, but a reversal does not mean the trend is going to change. As long as price doesn't turn the support level into resistance and or make a lower low, we are still in the uptrend and still looking for buys. So again, let me know in the chat. Did we turn the support level into resistance? Yes or no? Did we turn the support level into resistance? Yes or no? Let me know in the chat. 85% win rate for last month is damn crazy. What's your RR? Do you also go break even? I don't really like going break even. I'd rather move my SL1 profit or just hold till one of my zones get hit. But again, when you join the free room, so if you're on YouTube, just click the link in the description. Or if you're on TikTok, click the link in the bio, second link, or click the YouTube or Instagram. If you're having issues joining through TikTok, just DM me and I got you after the live is over. But when you hit that link and join the free room, you can see not just our win rate, but you can see our RRs, right? So we averaged 1 to 3 to 1 to 4 RRs on the high side, 1 to 5, 1 to 6, on the low side, 1 to 1, 1 to 2, right? So like last week, we took 5 wins, 1 loss. You can see we caught a 1 to 4, 1 to 4, 1 to 2, took a loss, caught a 1 to 2, 1 to 2, right? The week before that, we caught a 1 to 1 on Monday, 1 to 4, 1 to 2 on Tuesday, 1 to 4 on Wednesday, took 0 trades Thursday. And then I think we took a loss one of those days, and we got a 1 to 2, right? So I always month, I don't do all that because that's too much fucking math, right? But you can see how we do on a weekly, monthly, and quarterly basis, as well as you can see how many pips and points we caught, and as far as the wins and losses as well. So last quarter, you can see we had an 87% win rate, October, November to December combined, 80 wins, 12 losses, got 305,000 pips. And as far as how we wrapped up the entirety of 2025, not just a week, not just a month, but all 12 months combined, you can see this week go to January 9th, we caught a total of 232 wins, 30 losses. Again, all 12 months combined, giving us an 85% win rate, catching a total of almost 1 million pips just last year alone, right? So again, we really do this over here. We've been doing this shit since 2022, averaging high 80, high 90% win rates. And literally every trade we talk about, I call out, if not enter during the live streams, or I tell you I'm looking for them at the beginning of the week in the Sunday chart analysis. So if you watch the Sunday chart analysis, literally Sunday night, I told y'all I was looking for US 30 sells, and I told you I was looking for GJ buys. What did price do yesterday and today? GJ flew, US 30 tanked today, right? And I told y'all this hours before London, hours before New York, way before news events, right? And it's all because of market structure. So again, let me see what y'all said in the chat. Again, the question was, did we turn this support level into resistance? Let me know in the chat, yes or no. Let me know in the chat, yes or no. All right, we got no. Let's see what else we got going on. And if you got any questions, drop in the chat and I got y'all. Let's see what we got going on. We got some yeses, we got some no's. Appreciate the follow. Thank you, fam, no problem. Again, this is gambling. You put money and you lose money, just like the casino. No, it is not, right? So, okay, okay, Nicole. I'm gonna be nicer to you. I was about to get you, but I'm gonna be a little bit kinder. So the reason why trading is not gambling is because for you to be gambling, you would have to not know what's about to happen next. You're literally guessing. But with trading, if you know what you're doing, you're not guessing. Every trade I take, I'm not guessing. That's why every time we're live on YouTube, I can give y'all exact price points to look for entries and X's at, right? If it was gambling, my levels wouldn't be this precise. So trading is about going for high probability, high quality setups. Yes, you're going to lose, but that's why there's a beautiful thing called risk reward. So if you make sure your winners are bigger than your losers and your losses are small and consistent, even if you are the G word, you can still be profitable with even a 50 or 40% win rate. So it's not really gambling, it's math. You see what I'm saying? Now, is that for people that don't know what the fuck they're doing? Because then you are just throwing money and hoping to see what happens. But every trade I take, I know exactly the prices I'm entering and exiting at, and I know the move I'm looking for. For example, again, we're live every single day on YouTube. In today's live stream, go to today's live stream London session. I told y'all the exact prices to look for US 30 sales. I also told y'all the exact prices to look for GJ buys, right? And again, I'm not on here dicking around. I actually got proof for this shit. So watch this. I'm about to slide this bad boy to the left. And I'm about to show y'all that, again, we really do this shit. So we're in the advanced play signal room. I send this out to the playmaker alerts. I send this out to the advanced play signal room, people in one-on-one sessions, and in Playmaker University, right? So when we go look at today, right? Today was January 20th. Again, in today's live stream, I told y'all we was going for GJ buys. You see we went for GJ buys, right? Then you can see right here at 5:19 a.m., I seen a screenshot of GU and GJ. Now let's take a closer look at the screenshot. This is GU. You see here, I'm saying if we could hold this level of support, we're looking for buys, right? You see here, GJ, look at that drop to the downside. I said we hold this level of support, we're looking for buys. Again, I dropped this 3 hours before 8 o'clock, 4 hours before 9:30. GU, GJ. Now, let's pull up GJ. Again, here's that drop to the downside. You can see right here, the time. Let's go time check really quick. When I send the screenshot, 5:19. This is when price was just breaking this level. So when we go to that candlestick, that was this one right here. So what did price do after this drop? Held a level of support, pushed to the upside. We also took a buy setup here, which I talked about in the New York price watch list. GU, again, look at the market structure right here, right? Pay attention to that. Now, when we pull up GU, let's see what we find when we pull up GU. We'll just use GJ really quick. All right, so we go to GU. That's the wrong chart. Let's go to an actual chart. And what do we see right here? All right, so we're waiting for the levels to pop up on the screen. So we see here, again, we sent the screenshot to the members at 5:19 a.m., which is the 5:15 candlestick, which you can see right here. This is 5 o'clock, 5:15. And what did price do? It hit that level, then rejected, right? So again, if you know what you're doing, it's not gambling. We look at US 30, same thing. Look at the market structure. I said we're either looking for sales if we could hold this low as resistance, or we're going to look for sales, look at the market structure to the left, if we could hold this low as resistance. And I dropped this at 5:26, right? So when we go to US 30, again, look at the market structure to the left. You can see here price failed to hold this low as resistance, tapped this level, did a drop. Also talked about sales here during the London session live. And then you can see here, 12 o'clock, price dropped and then did the full move we was talking about. And again, look at how price hit my level and look how it's reacting to my level, right? So again, that's why the title live is exposing the secrets to the charts, because I'm showing y'all how it's actually possible when you understand the rules of price to know what's happening at all times. All right, y'all. So let's tap that screen, y'all. Let's get the 3K likes. I know y'all locked in taking notes. Let's tap that screen, y'all. Again, if you got any questions, drop in the chat. So y'all are saying no, we did not hold this level as resistance. I'm having a hard time deciding when to actually enter a trade. Watch my trade breakdowns on YouTube and watch those videos I just said. So this is recorded on YouTube. So after this live is over, go back to the live from on YouTube and go look at all those videos I put on the screen earlier. Okay. No, be nice, be nice. She don't know. You don't know what you don't know, right? Because again, everybody on the internet says that, so you're gonna believe what most people are saying on the internet initially until you know better. You know what I'm saying? So it's all good. It's all good. We're here to learn. We're here to learn. That's why I say I'm gonna be kind. That's why I just show it, right? We ain't gotta bash nobody. Let's see what else we got going on. What's going on, Sue? How you feeling? What's going on, Sue? Time to go in. You support resistance, take your entry wherever it's trending. You always want to go with the floor price. I asked a question. Okay, I got you. Yeah, I'm always gonna catch you to the chat. I talk, catch you to the chat, talk, catch you to the chat. So, like y'all said, we did not turn the support level into a resistance. So since we did not turn the support level into resistance, that means we did not make a lower low. So since we did not do either of those two things, we are still in an uptrend and still looking for buys. What y'all have to understand is that red does not mean sell, green does not mean buy. The internet tells you red is bearish, green is bullish, red is sellers, green is buyers, but that's not true. Now, why is that not true? Because don't they call it uptrend bullish? And don't they call it downtrend bearish? And now what does the uptrend and downtrend both consist of? They both consist of retracements and continuations, right? They both consist of lows and highs. They both consist of red and green candlesticks. So if both trends have red and green candlesticks, then red can't mean sell, green can't mean buy, right? It's just simple logic, right? So again, that is why even though price broke this level, since it didn't hold the support level and turn it into resistance, that's why when the volume picked back up, which way did it go? It flipped to the upside, right? And then this is when the internet would be like, oh, this was the bulls coming into play. Buyers took over, or because of the Twitter post. But let me ask you, like we all agreed, before this retracement, we was bullish, right? So did the bulls magically come into play, or had the bulls been at play? You see what I'm saying? Put a 1 in the chat that makes sense, put a 2 if I lost y'all. Put a 1 in the chat that makes sense, put a 2 if I lost y'all. So again, do not chase price, but follow the flow of price. Now, what do we see price trying to do right now? We see price doing exactly what the playbook shows, which is trying to turn this resistance level into a support level, right? Right, so we see a price. Again, look at how it tapped this level. So again, we actually know what you're looking at. It's very simple to understand what's going on and taking place, right? That's why the title lies exposing the secrets to the charts, because I'm debunking all the bullshit you hear on the internet. All the bullshit you hear on the internet, I'm debunking it. All right. Again, no indicators, no trend lines. You don't got to memorize every candlestick name and pattern. All you need to understand is the rules of price. So let me ask y'all. Are we looking for buys or sells right now? Let me know in the chat. We're looking for buys or sells right now. And again, if you got any questions, drop in the chat and I got y'all. I love this live. Much value. Hey, I'm Playmaker Way for a reason, Izzy. I'm Playmaker Way for a reason. Exactly. Bulls was already in play. So we got sells. Okay, so if you put 2 in the chat, ask questions. Let's break it down. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's see what we got going on. So we got sells, 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 buys, buys, sells, buys. Have you heard about oil turning into tokens? If so, what do you know? No, I haven't looked at oil in like a year and a half. It's funny, I was literally just talking about oil on the live stream earlier today, but no. I know they're trying to digitize everything, but they've been doing that for a minute. I've been telling folks about that since last year, but that'll take us into a whole nother tangent. But I've been telling people to get crypto and stocks since last year when everybody was talking about the stock market was crashing and tariffs and shit. I was telling y'all literally the beginning of last year to get y'all some stocks and crypto. I also told y'all to get y'all some gold. I told y'all to get y'all some gold and stocks and crypto. And what did gold and stocks and crypto do last year? And everybody was upset. Oh my God, you know, it's about to be the new recession, all this other dumb shit. But again, join the free room. You can see literally April, I told y'all to buy stocks and crypto. And you can see how much they increased literally after just 1 month. This is even day trading, this is just buying, right? And if we pull up any of these stocks, you'll still be in profit on most of these stocks from last year this time. So again, what I teach y'all isn't just for day trading. This works on literally everything. That's why it's price action. And why I say, let me move this over. Works on stocks as far as options, futures, and crypto, right? So we got people saying sells, we got people saying buys. I'm about to catch it to the chat, and then we're gonna hit the play button and see who's right. Again, if you got any questions, drop in the chat. But yeah, they're digitizing everything, right? So let me just say this before we get going. You remember back in the day, how if you had money in a savings account or bank account, they only gave you like 0.5% APR, 0.5% APY. But now, all the banks are saying what? 3%, 4%, 3%, 4%, 3%, 4%. They're not just giving you 3 to 4% because they're feeling kind all of a sudden. Look up what is the APR on the US dollar stablecoin. The APR on the USDC is 4%. So again, they're putting your shit on the blockchain before you know it. Cash App blockchain, Zelle blockchain, Stripe blockchain, Apple Pay blockchain. All that shit's blockchain. All that shit's blockchain. All right, so let's see the play button and see what price does. All right, so those that said sells, you would have got fucked up. Those that said buys, you would have made a bag. So now let's talk about it. Okay. Again, in order to understand why price did what it did right here, we gotta take a trip down memory lane. Because like it says right here, one thing you have to understand is that price is not randomly doing things, and there are no coincidences in the markets. If you see something once, you'll see it twice. You see it twice, you'll see it thrice. And if you see it thrice, you'll see it every day, every week, every month. The charts are like a 1,000-piece puzzle, each candlestick being one piece to the puzzle. Do you think you can see the full picture with just one piece? No, which is exactly why identifying a single candlestick does not help you understand everything. Think about it. These patterns or candlesticks people point out, do they actually explain what price is doing and why it's doing it? No, they just say, well, you see this, do that. So that's why as soon as your FEG does an elemental PQRS TUV, that's why as soon as the indicator crosses the red and the blue, it doesn't do what it's supposed to do. That's why you're right back to square one, which is not knowing what the fuck's happening on the charts, right? But if you learn how the charts work, I tell you all the time, as soon as you rip the band-aid off, you understand how the charts work, everything starts to make sense. Everything starts to make sense, all right? So again, we're going to go back to the rules of the uptrend. So with that being said, we're going to take a trip down memory lane and retrace our steps. So, looking at price right here, again, you watch any of my trade breakdowns on YouTube. We live stream every single day for free on YouTube in the bio, right? You watch any of my trade breakdowns on YouTube. The very first thing I always tell y'all to do is identify the trend in the cycle we're in. So when we look at US 30 YM right here, let me know in the chat, what do we see? Do we see an uptrend or downtrend? Let me know in the chat, what do we see right here? Uptrend or downtrend? You look for buys, and you was right, Izzy. You was right. Because the video's on the shrub, do you think it's going to shoot up or not? I have to look at the charts. Again, I don't watch any news events. I don't look up the volume. I don't look at Twitter posts. All I do every single day is look at the charts. But yet I'm able to predict what price is going to do hours before market open, hours before news events, days before news events. And I'm able to even predict what price is going to do on news days simply by understanding the rules of price. I'm telling y'all, once you understand how the charts work, you don't have to worry about none of the other shit. You don't. So for me to give you an opinion, I'd have to look at the market structure. Up, uptrend. Again, yes, correct. So if we're in an uptrend, what would be the high probability, high quality setup in the uptrend? Buys or sells? Let me know in the chat. What would be the high probability, high quality setup? Would it be buys or sells? And while y'all answering the chat, y'all, let's tap that screen. Let's get the 5K likes. Again, this is a participation class. We got 45 people, 48 people up in here. Let's get some answers in the chat. And again, if you got any questions, drop them in the chat and I got y'all. Buys. What do you think SPY will do in the next 2 days? Let me pull it up because I will forget most likely. So let me pull it up really quick. Let's take a look at this. All right, so let's get rid of all this shit right here. So let's retrace prices steps. Okay, So prior to this reversal, we was bullish, right? We had higher lows, higher highs getting made. Then we broke that low, try to push back up. Then we gapped and rejected Sunday night, right? And then that's what price did today, right? So depending on how price reacts to the next few levels, we could see sales come into play. So I'd actually have to mark off my chart really quick so I can give you some accurate levels. But for those that said the move to the upside is bigger than the move to the downside, for those that said the high probability, high quality setup for an uptrend would be buys. Again, if we're in an uptrend, if that's the case, we only want to look for buys. So we all agree to that. We have to get it out of our head that red means sell and green means buy. We have to get that out of our head. Okay? So now let's go over the rules of the uptrend. All right? Let's go over the rules of the uptrend. So this is where we started off at, right? And it says right here, for the uptrend to continue, we need to break past the previous high, which gives us a new higher high. Look at photo below. We also have to respect the support level the higher low is resting on. So when we did this, we rejected. But again, like it says right here, as long as price doesn't turn the support level into resistance and or make a lower low, we're still in an uptrend, still looking for buys. Because again, for price to go down, we need to see what? A downtrend come into play, right? That's why after price rejected, price pushed back up, right? Then when we go back to the photo, what does the uptrend show? It shows price break that resistance level, then turn it into support, right? So when I find my mouse, there it is, and we go back to US 30, look how price turned that resistance low into support. And now we need to break that high, right? So when price rejected, again, let's retrace price's steps. Higher low, higher high, reversal, higher high. We have some consolidation, right? So a lot of people will see this and think this means sell, right? But let me ask you, does this look like a downtrend? Yes or no? Let me know in the chat. Does this look like a downtrend? Yes or no? Let me know in the chat. And again, if you got any questions, drop in the chat and I got y'all. So let me know, does this look like a downtrend? Yes or no? And part of my voice, y'all, again, I got some tea next to me, but I told you I was going to go live, so I want to at least thug it out a little bit, but my voice is fucked right now, so pardon me. It's not going to be as crisp as usual, but we still going to do what we're going to do. All right. And again, if you guys got any questions, drop in the chat. Make sure to follow me on here because we do live stream like this at least 3 times a week during New York session. And we live trade every single day for free on YouTube. YouTube in the bio. YouTube in the bio. Whoops. Let me switch back to GJ. Because we don't need, whoops, my bad, y'all. Because we don't need GU no more. So I didn't forget about you. I'm still marking up SPY. I'm knocking out like 3 birds with 1 stone. You know how we do over here. So we're going to get back to it. I didn't forget about SPY. I got y'all. Again, if y'all was in today's live stream, well, yesterday we taught GJ buys. Today's live stream, we also took GJ buys. Let's put that back right here. There we go. But let me mark up these levels so we can talk about SPY really quick. Push this up. Appreciate y'all tapping the screen. Again, make sure to click the link in the bio. We click the link in the bio. Make sure to click the second link in the bio. If the link acts up, just DM me, and then after this live stream, I'll send you the link directly. But make sure to join the free room, the free trading crash course. That way you're notified every time we go live on YouTube or TikTok, every time I post a video on YouTube, as well as you can see how we do on a weekly, monthly, and quarterly basis. You go to where it says subscribers, go to photos. You can see 4 years worth of receipts, screenshots, positions, as well as student results and testimonials. Again, we really do this shit over here, y'all. We really do this shit over here, y'all. Let me drink some tea really quick. So he said for the next 2 days, let me get this off the screen before TikTok get my ass. All right. So this does not look like a downtrend. Now, why does this not look like a downtrend? Because what does the downtrend consist of? The downtrend consists of lower highs and lower lows, right? So does the downtrend go higher high, lower low? No, that's not how the downtrend works. Again, red does not mean sell, green does not mean buy. That is simply just a reversal, right? And like the playbook says, rejections, reversals happen, but a reversal does not always mean the trend's going to change. What does it say next? As long as price doesn't turn the support level into resistance and or make a lower low, we are still, my bad TikTok, we are still in the uptrend and we're still looking for buys. So when we look at US 30, I'm gonna cut it to the chat with this. Did we turn the support level into resistance? Right? Did we turn the support level into resistance? Yes or no? Let me know in the chat. Did we turn this level or this level into resistance? Yes or no? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Again, this is a participation class. There's only 2 reasons why you should be in this live. A, because you like my voice, or B, because you're trying to learn some shit. Or C, all the above. All right, let me know which one it is. All right, let me know which one it is. Now, looking at SPY. So we are bearish. It's a bar replay. Hold up. Did I mark this off with bar replay on? Hold on 1 second. That would suck if I did that. No, we're Gucci. All right, cool. So since we're in a downtrend, we only want to look for sales, right? So where SPY is at right now. So again, this is on YouTube. You can screen record or whatever the case may be, or just go to this in the YouTube channel. But as long as we maintain 680 as resistance, I'd look for sales. So from this point, you would either want to look for price to retest 680 or 679. What the fuck? This is a small price here. So 682, or we can retest 680 and hold that resistance. You can look for sales. But for the downtrend really to come into play, we still need a lower high and lower low to be made, right? So we're kind of still in a reversal territory. But I'd still look for sales. That's why I went for sales today on US 30. But that's what's going on with SPY. So let me catch you to the chat. We're going to keep on cooking, y'all. All right, let's catch you to the chat. We're going to keep on cooking. And if you don't know, that's fine. If you don't know, that's fine. You don't know what you don't know. No, we did not. Exactly. See, ain't nothing wrong with that. So, since we do not see a downtrend and we do not see lower highs and lower lows, I do not give a fuck what price is doing, because what? We're still in the uptrend, right? Still in the uptrend, still looking for buys. Again, trading is simple. It gets mixed up and hard because people overcomplicate it, right? It's so simple. People think it can't be so simple, but it's literally this simple. That's why even though we see a red candlestick, what did price end up doing? It ended up flying to the upside. And this is when the folks on TikTok would be like, damn, what Twitter post or news event caused this? Or they'll say the bulls magically came into play. But again, prior to that retracement, we was in an uptrend, right? So did the bulls magically came into play? Did the buyers just come into play? Or have they already been at play? You see what I'm saying? Put a 1 in the chat that makes sense, put a 2 if I lost y'all. Put a 1 in the chat that makes sense, put a 2 if I lost y'all. So now we can get rid of this. We don't need that no more. So now this is the higher low. This is the new higher high, right? So we're still in an uptrend. So guess what? We're going to continue to look for buys, right? We're going to continue to look for buys until what? Until the downtrend comes into play. All right. So put a 1 in the chat that makes sense, put a 2 if I lost y'all. That's a resistance now. No. For it to be resistance, it doesn't just need to break below. It needs to hold. You see here how price held and pushed down. Price broke, but did not hold. That's why I rejected back up. You see what I'm saying? You can see the same thing when we go look at US 30. Let me pull it up really quick. Right, we can see the exact same thing when we pull up US 30. Again, look how many times price broke this level. How many times we got fucked up yesterday trying to go for sales on US 30 before price broke and retested, aka broke the support level and turned it into resistance. You would have got fucked up 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, right? So again, same thing here. Price broke this level, but how many times we got fucked up because you didn't wait for price to break and hold? Again, do not breakout trade. Same thing here. Imagine you try to go for a sell here just because price broke the level. You would have got fucked up. Again, do not chase price. Follow the flow of price, right? So we got the higher low, we got the higher high. Somebody cut it to the chat. We're going to keep on going. All right, if you said 2 in the chat, ask questions. Let's talk about it. Let's break it down. Let's break it down. I appreciate y'all tapping the screen. So we're gonna keep on going. So again, what does it say right here? For the uptrend to continue, we need to break past the previous high, which gives us a new higher high. Look at photo below. We also have to respect the support level the higher low is resting on. So when we look at US 30, again, we have the higher low, we have the higher high, okay? Now, when we retrace prices steps, this is why it's important to understand market structure, right? So when we drag this bad boy over, that's the wrong one, let's drag this bad boy over. This is what we see going on with price right here, right? Now, this is still an uptrend, right? But a traditional uptrend looks like this, right? So why is this important? Because we need to understand where the higher high and the higher low are at, okay? So when we retrace prices steps, this is the higher low, this is the higher high, okay? Price can only do one of two things, ladies and gentlemen. Price can only do one of two things. It's either going to go up or go down. Based on the cycle we're in, the part of the cycle we're in, there's literally only a few ways price can do that. And we're about to break it down right now. So we're either going to see price A continue this current higher high and push to the upside, or B, like the playbook shows right here, we're going to see price turn this resistance low into support, giving us a new higher high, right? So we look right here. This was the resistance level. We never turned into support. So this could become the new higher low and the new higher high, right? Or C, again, the only way we would no longer look for buys and we would look for sells is if price not only breaks the support level, but turns it into a resistance. Very, very, very simple. Again, if we're in an uptrend, no matter what, until the trend is broken, only go for buys. If we're in a downtrend, no matter what, until the trend is broken, only go for sells. By simply only going for buys in the uptrend, only going for sells in the downtrend, by default, you're going to win more trades than you lose. That's why our win rate's so high. It's not because we take every setup, it's because we only take A+ setups. We only enter buys of support, only enter sells off resistance. We wait for the break and retest. We only go for buys in the uptrend, only go for sells in the downtrend, right? So we know what trend we're in. We're in an uptrend. We know what we're looking for. We're looking for buys. We know every scenario price can make from this point. Not only do we know every scenario price can make from this point, but we know every scenario price can make where we're still in an uptrend looking for buys, right? And we know what needs to happen for us to no longer be in an uptrend, no longer look for buys and look for sells. So where does the shock and confusion come in, right? Where does the blindsided come in? It doesn't, because literally no matter what price does from this point, we understand what's happening, we understand why it's happening, and most importantly, we know what the fuck we need to do. That's why every time we're live on YouTube in the bio, I always have what my buy or sell ideas to the right. You go to today's live stream, London Session Live, I had these sell ideas here all day. You go to the London Session Live, I had these buy setups here all day, right? So I'm only going for buys until the trend is broken. I'm only going for sells until the trend is broken. You see what I'm saying? So I'll catch you to the chat. We're going to hit the play button and see what price does. I'm going to catch you to the chat. We're going to hit the play button and see what price does. Again, if you got any questions, drop in the chat and I got y'all. So let me ask y'all, are we looking for buys or sells? Let me know in the chat. Are we looking for buys or sells? You open up the chart, you see this, what are we going for, buys or sells? Let's see what we got going on here. Appreciate the follows. Appreciate y'all tapping the screen. You forgot consolidation? No, I didn't. I just didn't talk about it because if we're consolidating, I'm not taking a setup, right? So good point. But if we're consolidating, I'm not taking a setup. Now, why is that? Because consolidation, also called liquidity, also called sideways market, same shit, different toilet. Basically, what this shows is that there's low volume. That's why every time you see somebody on TikTok complain about price action being bad and they flip their phone screen as choppy market conditions. You should not trade when price is choppy. That's why yesterday we didn't trade US 30, but today we took a US 30 setup because yesterday it was choppy and low volume. Today there was volume, right? Because again, we only make or lose money if price moves. If there's low volume, price isn't going to move. So that's why if you trade when it's consolidation, you can get wicked out over and over again, or price is just ranging for hours, right? Another reason why you don't want to trade when price is consolidating, because when the volume picks up, you don't know until it starts to do it if the downtrend is going to continue or come into play, or if the uptrend is going to continue or come into play. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I didn't talk about it. We still got to acknowledge it exists, but I only take setups if we're in an uptrend or downtrend. If we're in consolidation, I do not take a setup. All right. Do you have no? So every SL is situational. Everything is based on market structure. I'm not one of these people that's like, my stop loss is going to be 20 pips, 20 points every time. No, right? I don't do that. Everything is situational and it's based off the market structure. Every trade is different. Harry, where should I start on your website as a beginner day trader? So when you click the link in the bio, you want to join the free trading crash course. Then you also want to join the second link in the description, join the free room. If either of these links act up, just DM me after this live. I got y'all. But you want to check out these 2 videos, okay? Then you want to have your notifications on in the free room. That way you're notified every time I go live on YouTube and TikTok. That way you can see how we play and trade live, as well as how you see how we do on a weekly, monthly, and quarterly basis. Then after that, you want to go to the YouTube channel. All right, you want to go to the YouTube channel, and you want to go to playlist, and you want to go to the playlist titled Day Trading and Forex Tips. This playlist, over 100 videos going over market structure, support resistance, price action, trading psychology, all that good stuff. But when you join the free trading crash course, okay? When you join the free trading crash course, I want you to watch the webinar. I gotta do another one this year sometime. And then I want you to watch these 3 videos in order, okay? And again, if the links do not work, just DM me and I got you after this live's over. That's where you start. Also, what we're doing right now is where you want to start. Again, the first thing you need to learn, you're trying to learn how to day trade and invest. You got to understand how the markets work. Like I tell the members and students all the time, there's only 3 things we control when it comes to the markets. We control when we enter a trade, when we exit a trade, and how much we risk per trade. We don't control the markets. We don't control volume. We don't control the trend. We don't control news days, no news days. We don't control holidays. That's why it's so important to understand how the markets work and respect the rules of price, right? After you understand how the markets work, that is when you learn or come up with a strategy. You cannot skip learning how the markets work and then try to learn a strategy or memorize all these candlesticks, because again, that's why as soon as the FEG does the elemental P, you're back to square one, which is confusion, because you don't fully understand why that shit works, when that shit should work, and most importantly, how the charts work. All right, so make sure to do all that, and then again, just ask questions, and I got y'all. So again, the question right now is if we're looking for buys or sells. All right, let me know in the chat. Are we looking for buys or sells? Let's tap that screen too. We got 57 people up in here, y'all. Let's get the 7K likes. If y'all enjoying the live, you're learning something, you fuck with me, I'll ask y'all participate in class, follow, and tap that screen every now and then. So let's see what we got going on. Minor pullback, no. Let's see. Let's see what we got going on. Time frame, you identify the trend on the daily, enter off the 5 and 15. Identify the trend on the daily, enter off the 5 and 15. All right, those that said buys, let's see what happens. Those that said sells, let's see what happens. Appreciate that, Zay. All right, let's hit the play button and see what price does. Those that would have went for sells, you would have got fucked up. Those that would have went for buys, you would have made a bag. So now let's talk about it. Again, what does price need to do? For price to go up, we need to maintain support levels, and we need to break resistance levels and turn them into support levels, right? And just like the photo shows, we see how price has this resistance level. So just like we've been talking about during these lives, let's retrace price's steps. we either going to do what price just did, right? Just like how the playbook shows, or we was going to continue to push up, right? This is again why you don't want to chase price, but follow the flow of price. Red does not mean sell, green does not mean buy. Red does not mean sell, green does not mean buy. Red does not mean sell, green does not mean buy. That is why, again, when price hit the support level, what took place? Boom. This is also why I tell y'all not to breakout trade, because even if you was considering a sell setup, if you would have patiently waited for the break and retest, you would have avoided taking a sell here anyways, because again, did price turn the support level into resistance? Let me know in the chat, yes or no. Did price turn the support level into resistance? Yes or no? Let me know in the chat. And again, if you guys got any questions, drop in the chat and I got y'all. Did we turn the support level into resistance? Let me know in the chat. What is my target with this strategy? So that's the craziest thing. This isn't even the strategy. All I'm simply doing is teaching y'all price action. This is what you need to know before the strategy, right? That's the crazy thing. All this information, all this shit starting to make sense. I told you, when you rip the band-aid off, everything starts to make sense. But this isn't even the strategy. I'm simply teaching y'all how to know what trend we're in and the rules and requirements for the trend to continue and for the trend to change. That's literally all we're doing here. Now, if you want to go to the next steps or understand why we use or how we use this to take trades, click the link in the bio. Go to the YouTube in the bio. When you go to the YouTube in the bio, go to playlist and go to where the fuck is it? Trade breakdowns. Over 160 videos of back-to-back-to-back various buy and sell setups. All right. So in those videos, I break down from start to finish how, after you understand what trend we're in, my strategy and how I take setups. All right. So make sure you watch the trade breakdowns. We also go live every single day for free on YouTube. All right. So check out the trade breakdowns and tune in to the live streams on YouTube. No, you're straight. You're straight. Again, Deborah, I got you. Just DM me, and after the live, I'll send you a link to the teller. All right. So just DM me, and I got you after the live is over. So again, we got 60 people up in here. I don't got that many answers in the chat. Did we turn the support level into a resistance? Yes or no? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Did we turn the support level into resistance? Yes or no? And again, if you guys got any questions, drop in the chat and I got y'all. No, yes. No. Don, it's not indecision and conviction. That is what causes confusion. Let me ask y'all, right? Go click the top left blue logo on the live. Go to the bio. And what does my bio say? Trading made simple. What is simple, ladies and gentlemen? Memorizing every pattern and candlestick like we're collecting Pokemon, or just understanding which one of these three cycles we're in. Because all the patterns and candlesticks are in the uptrend, all the patterns and candlesticks are in the downtrend, all the patterns and candlesticks are in the consolidation. Trying to split up and separate the full picture is what causes confusion and throws everybody off. Again, the charts are a 1,000-piece puzzle. Each candlestick being one piece to the puzzle. Do you think you can see the full picture with just one piece? No. So all price does, ladies and gentlemen, is go up and go down. All price does is make higher lows, higher highs, or lower lows, lower highs. That's literally all price does. That's it. That's literally all price does. That's it. That's all price does. Okay? So, those that said we did not turn the support level into resistance, you are correct. So if we didn't turn the support level into resistance, on top of we don't see lower highs and lower lows, there is no reason at all to go for sells. Again, red does not mean sell, Green does not mean buy. That is why if you would have chased price instead of following the flow of price, you would have got fucked up. Okay? So now let's hit the play button. All right? Look at price, tap that level again, and then broke the level. So again, if you would have tried to go for a sell here off the breakout, instead of waiting for the break and retest, you would have took another L. Again, the markers are not out to get you. The reason why you get faked out, your liquidity gets swept. Oh shit, my bad, YouTube. I done fucked the mic up. But the reason why y'all get faked out, your liquidity gets swept, is because y'all are chasing price instead of following the flow of price. All right, y'all. Put a 1 in the chat that makes sense. Put a 2 if I lost y'all. Put a 1 in the chat that makes sense. Put a 2 if I lost y'all. And then again, look what price is doing. Go to the rules of the uptrend. Again, this book is available, linked in the bio. You either get all my books for free when you join Playmaker University, or you go to Price Action Tech Analysis Playbook, and you can get your copy there. But look what price did. All right, let's go back to the rules of the uptrend. What did price do right here? It turned this resistance level into a support. Right? You see how price broke this level, tapped it, and gave us a new higher high. Y'all see that? Again, very, very, very simple. Very, very, very simple. So put a 1 in the chat that makes sense, put a 2 if I lost y'all. Put a 1 in the chat that makes sense, put a 2 if I lost y'all. We're going to be on for a little bit longer, y'all. 1, all right, cool. No, like I said, I knocked my mic on accident. I didn't do that on purpose, y'all. That was an accident. All right, let me cut this to the chat. Let's keep on going. Ones. Show your SL and entry. Well, you have to see the trades we take, right? So if y'all was in today's live stream, I told y'all I was looking for GJ buys. So this was the entry. This was the entry. If y'all was in yesterday's live stream, I told y'all I was looking for GJ buys. If y'all was in today's live stream, I told y'all I was looking for US 30 sales. Now, if you want to know the entry SLs, TPs, and all that stuff, you got to be in the signal room. But again, if you join the live streams, I literally tell y'all what I'm looking for every single day. So you either just got to become a playmaker, or you pay attention to the prices I talk about and watch the charts on your end, right? But literally, I told y'all at the beginning of the day to go for sells on US 30 YM and go for buys on GJ. And again, if you don't believe me, YouTube's in the bio. Just go to today's live stream and see if we can happen. All right. Again, this live stream is titled Exposing the Secrets to the Charts. It's not titled My Trading Strategy Explained. If you want to understand my trading strategy, go to the YouTube in the bio and watch the trade breakdowns. All right. What we're going over right now is the basics, price action. All right. That's what we're going over right now. So, if you watch any of my trade breakdowns on YouTube, what is the very first thing I always talk about, right? Before we go for a buy, before we go for a sell, what is the very first thing I always talk about we got to do? We got to identify the trend and what cycle we're in, right? Fortunately for us, there's only 3 cycles price is ever going to be in. And all your favorite patterns and candlesticks are in these 3 cycles. We got the uptrend, downtrend, and consolidation. So when we look at gold right here, let me know in the chat. What are we in? Are we in an uptrend or downtrend? Let me know in the chat. What do we see right here? Uptrend or downtrend? Again, make sure to follow me on here on TikTok. We do live streams like this at least 3 times a week. We live stream every single day for free on YouTube. And let's tap that screen, y'all. Let's tap that screen. Let's get the 9K likes. Again, we got 56 people up in here, y'all. It's a participation class. We're not going to roast and make fun of you. Everybody in here should be here to learn, understand what the hell is going on. Ones. Appreciate the follow, okay? Up. Okay. So if we're in an uptrend, what should we be looking for? Buys or sells? Let me know in the chat. If we're in an uptrend, what should we be looking for? Buys or sells? What should we be looking for? All right. So again, red does not mean sell. Green does not mean buy. We're not in an uptrend because price is pushing up. We're not in an uptrend because we see this juicy green candlestick. We're in an uptrend because market structure wise, what do we see? We see higher highs and higher lows. And what cycle has higher highs and higher lows? The uptrend, right? Again, trading is about going for high probability, high quality setups. So no matter what, until the uptrend is broken, we're going to continue to look for buys. No matter what, until the downtrend is broken, we're going to continue to look for sales. All right. So we still need to understand what needs to happen for the trend to continue, for the trend to change, the difference between a retracement, a retest, and a reversal, and most importantly, how to avoid fake outs and liquidity sweeps. Right. And again, part of my voice, y'all, I'm a little sick, but we're thugging it out. Right. I'm over here struggling right now, but we're going to thug it out. Because I told you I was going to go live, and I woke up sick, so it is what it is. We're going to thug it out. So like it says right here, for the uptrend to continue, we need to break past the previous high, which gives us a new higher high. Look at photo below. We also have to respect the support level the higher low is resting on. Appreciate that, sir. So when we look at price right here, again, let's retrace price's steps. We have higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. So like I said, we need to break past the previous high, and we need to maintain the support level the higher low is resting on. Price can only do one of two things, ladies and gentlemen. Literally only one of two things. It's either going to go up or go down. Based on the cycle we're in and the part of the cycle we're in, there's literally only a few ways price can do that. And we're about to break it down right now. Yep, exactly. Uptrend, look for buys. Exactly. And again, if you guys got any questions, drop in the chat. I got y'all. So we're either going to see price A continue this current higher high and push to the upside, or B, like the playbook shows right here, we're going to turn this resistance level into support, giving us a new higher high. Or C, again, what does the uptrend consist of? Higher highs and higher lows, right? Or does the uptrend go higher high, higher high, higher high, look at even higher high? Is this how the uptrend goes? Or is this how the uptrend goes? Again, red does not mean sell, green does not mean buy. That's one of the biggest misconceptions on the internet. There's no such thing as bears and bulls, it's all bear and bullshit. So price can even retrace. It doesn't matter if it does this for a day, a week, a month. It doesn't matter if you get tired of seeing price do this, because what does the playbook say? It says we have to respect the support level the higher low is resting on. But at the end of the day, for the uptrend to continue, we need to break past the previous high, which gives us a new higher high. So we still need one of these two scenarios to play out. The only way we would no longer look for buys and we would look for sells is if what, y'all? Is if we not only break this support level, but turn it into a resistance. Very, very, very simple, y'all. Very, very, very simple. You do this with everything. This works on everything. Again, this is just price action. All charting and day trade investors works on stocks, forex, options, futures, and crypto. This works on literally. This works on literally everything. Literally everything. This is TradingView. So I trade forex and futures, and this website is TradingView. Okay. This website is TradingView. And again, if you go to the YouTube in the bio, or you join the free trading crash course, I go over in this video all the tools I use on TradingView and much more. And again, if the links in the bio do not work, DM me and I got you after the live is over. All right, I got you. I'm gonna talk a little bit lower though, because I want to be on for a little bit longer. But like I said, my voice is a little bit fucked, so we're gonna be pushing it up. But let's keep it going. So let me know in the chat. Are we looking for buys or sells? Let me know in the chat. Are we looking for buys or sells? Oh man, what are we looking for, y'all? Are we looking for buys or sells? I got you, boss. I got you in a second. Buy, sell, buys. Buy, sell, buy, sells. All right. So those that said buys, those that said sells, let's lock y'all's answers in and let's hit the play button and see what price does. If you would have went for sales, you would have got fucked up. All right, now let's talk about it. Again, if we're in a uptrend, trending upwards, what move is bigger? The move to the upside or move to the downside? Let me know in the chat. If we're in an uptrend, trending upwards, what move is bigger? The move to the upside or move to the downside? Let me know in the chat. Again, this is why the playbook is so important, because red does not mean sell, green does not mean buy. And even after I say that, it's still a habit or ingrained into y'all's heads to still think red means sell, green means buy. Again, this is why we do this shit every day. All right, this is why we do this shit every day. So like it says right here, for the uptrend to continue, we need to break past the previous high, which gives us a new higher high. Look at photo below. We also have to respect the support level the higher low is resting on. Yeah, we're gonna be on for a little bit longer. My voice is going away. So when we look at price right here, we failed to break past the previous high, but let me know in the chat, are we still respecting the support level the higher low is resting on? Yes or no? Let me know in the chat. Yes or no? We didn't, right? So that is why when the volume picked up, which way did it go? To the upside, right? So as y'all can hear, my voice is fucked, so we gotta wrap this live up. So again, y'all, we're gonna be live tomorrow on YouTube, London session 3 a.m. EST. Make sure to click the links in the bio. Again, join the free trader crash course, join the signal room. If you have issues with the links, DM me and I got y'all. All right, I gotta lay my happy ass down. I'm struggling over here. But again, this is why it's important to understand the rules of price. Majority of the confusion, majority of the stress, the fake outs, the liquidity grabs, all this shit is due to the lack of understanding of how the charts work. All right, so I'm about to cut it to the chat. We're gonna wrap this up because, like I said, my voice is fucked. So we're gonna wrap this up in a second. No break and retest support, making the resistance. Thank you, get well, appreciate it. All right, y'all, shout out to everybody in the live. Shout out to everybody's been live since the beginning. Shout out to everybody's been live since y'all joined. Again, we'll be back live on YouTube. This live is recorded on YouTube as well. So just make sure to check out the recording later on.